Well, welcome back to Althea TV. I'm Althea McIntyre. Here's where we help established Christ-centered female entrepreneurs just like you trust God, own your value, and enroll ideal high-ticket clients the Spirit-led way. Well, we have another guest of Althea TV, and I want you to buckle up, get your notes, because I'm so excited to introduce you. Maybe some of you already know her, at Roshanda Pratt, also known on the digital streets as the Rosho Live. Roshanda, welcome again. Welcome back to Althea TV.
Listen, it's always a joy and pleasure, my friend and my sister, to be back in the space and place with you and all of your beautiful people.
I am so excited that you're here. So tell us who you are, who you help, and how you are changing the world through your business and your brand before we dive into what you have to share with us today.
Sure. So my name is Roshanda Pratt, but I'm known in the digital streets as the Rosho Live. I'm a video visibility coach and producer, empowering brands to build a visible brand with video because your visibility is power. I'm a former television news producer, and I really dig deep in helping you to gain that camera confidence, to shine your inner light, and to monetize your story because your visibility is power.
Well, that's where we need to start. Break down what is visibility is power.
It's really this simple approach. And I think every time I get asked this question, it changes, Althea. So it depends on the season and the mood that I'm in. But I will say that I believe that visibility is this holy audacity to show up, this holy audacity to say that I deserve to be seen, heard, and yes, even paid. So it's this whole idea and thought of being seen and having people really see you and like see all of you.
You know, I really love this. I attended your content creation tour back in December in Houston, which was amazing.
Yes.
And one of the many things I gained from it is how I wanted to show up based on my 3-word story. Can you tie that in and help us understand? Because it's like you said, this wholly showing up and being seen, and how your story is connected to that.
All of us have a story. And what we know to be true as marketers, that facts tell, but stories sell every single time. And as human beings, we connect to stories. We've been telling stories since the beginning of Genesis and hieroglyphics in Egypt and our birth story that we may ask our mom about. Everything in our life is connected to story. Story is really in our DNA. And so when it comes to understanding, creating the content rather to connect and convert your audience, you have to be clear on your story and how your story matches their story. So it's not about telling every single story, but it's about telling the story that has the human emotion that really gets to the heart of the transformation that will connect you to your audience. And a lot of times what I've learned in television news as a journalist is you can really tell your story in just 3 words. That's not just random words, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, it's a complete sentence, because it's human nature to use all of these words, right? In order to, we think, to tell a story. But what I have found as a journalist, if you're using a lot of words to tell a story, 9 times out of 10, you're really not clear on your story. Let me give you an example of that. Moms and dads, you guys know what I'm talking about. Your kid gets in the car from school. I have 3 kids. And I asked them this question: how was your day in school? My son, who's a storyteller, he will go on and weave this story and backtrack to here. And sometimes I have to tell him, I was like, well, son, you said this. He's like, oh, no, that was wrong. It would happen this way. And so I have been teaching him the art of storytelling and telling him this. Wait a second. Before you answer that question, take a deep breath and really think about, what do you want me to know about this story? What's the transformation you want to happen with mom at the end of the story? It's not about using a lot of words to communicate. It's about being very clear and concise about what the story is and how that resonates with your audience.
And that's what blows me away, is that how quickly, while I was attending the content creation tour, you helped the attendees come up with not only one, but several 3-word stories that would connect with our audience and explain the transformation. It blew me away. And I got to tell you, I almost did not believe I was like, how's she going? Am I going to tell my 3-word story? Like, it's not going to happen, but it happened.
It's a fun activity.
It happened quickly. It's just quite amazing. But I love how you're telling us why it's important, because when you don't have a 3-word story, it lacks clarity, and you might miss connecting who God called you to connect with.
Exactly. And then I think the other thing is, what I find about 3-word stories, that activity, is that it also holds you responsible. So if I'm saying that this is my 3-word story and something else comes in, the shiny object, I can sit there and say, wait a minute, that does not fall in the wheelhouse of my 3-word story. This is who I say I am, or this is who I'm saying I'm called to. And that does not resonate with this. Though it's a good thing, it's not a God thing. And I need to keep it moving.
Wow. So having a 3-word story helps us understand and embody visibility is power. Yes. Tell us other aspects that you help your clients experience and the results you help you achieve that ties in with visibility is power.
One of the things that I think is really important, especially now, people are overwhelmed about the content creation process, right? We're seeing all across social media platforms that short form video is in, and you should do long form, and then take your long form video, like a YouTube video, and turn it into a short form video. And everything just seems like you're on this constant hamster wheel of creating content. One of the things that's really key for my clients to understand is how to create a process that's sustainable for you to continue well beyond the content creation tour. So it's not enough for you to be able just to create the content in the room, in the bubble with me, but I want you to be able to wash, rinse, repeat once you leave that. That's having a sustainable visibility plan. A lot of times we're thinking about all the things that we have to do, but is it sustainable for me to create this many videos in a week? Is it sustainable for me to do this level of live video? Being very intentional about having a plan so you don't burn out is so key and important for me.
Because I keep on hearing, like, I'm overwhelmed, I don't want to do videos. And I used to be in that place because I knew what I wanted to share, but I didn't have a format or a formula or a program until coming to the content creation tour that helped me really map it out and be sustainable. Now, I mean, listen, I had the content calendars. In my opinion, they did not work. I heard people talking about pillars. In my opinion, it intellectually made sense, but it wasn't sustainable. But what you teach is so, again, it's so simplistic.
Yes.
And so powerful at the same time, which is, I can talk on about it, but why do you think people need to understand how to be sustainable? I mean, you talked about the overwhelm, but why is it so important long-term in terms of their content?
This content creation that may seem like a boom or a fad right now really isn't going anywhere. When live stream first started, which I think was about 2014, 2016, somewhere in between there, everybody thought that live streaming was a fad. And here we are, still enjoying the benefits of live streaming. And out of that has spawned off so many different other things, right? We have to understand, and this is one of the things that we teach our clients on the tour, is how to think like a producer.
Oh, I
For
love
those of you,
this concept,
yes,
like blew my mind, you guys. This is so good. You guys write this down.
This was your favorite part. Now that I think about it, you were just like, wait, what?
Yes.
So when it comes to those of you who are speakers, coaches, consultants, business owners, you're not on social media to be social. Let's just drop the social. But what you are on social media to do is to be heavy on the media piece, to build your own local news affiliate. Now, remember, I'm the lady who worked in television news for 20 years. Much of the things that we're doing on social media are things that I did as a television news producer, thinking about what my audience needed to know, educating them. Also, getting sound bites. Those would be your short form videos that are 15, 30, and 60 seconds in length. putting together a long form video, much like this interview is. That would be a package in what we call a package in television news. So what you have to understand is you are your own producer. And so every day, your timeline is your own local newsroom. So whether your timeline is Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, TikTok, YouTube, that is your own network. And so as a producer, you're thinking about what is the news of the day that my people need, my audience needs as they're scrolling their news feeds, or because they love you so much, they like you and trust you, they immediately go to your page to find out the news of the day.
You know, this to me shifted because it's not about creating content, it's thinking like a producer. And one thing that you emphasized is that we need to be producing, not consuming.
Yes.
And really understanding. Listen, you guys, you know, because we need the big insights help us see things differently, believe things differently, think differently, so we can, you know, act differently.
Right.
And so I loved how you just shifted it from being a producer and what does my audience need to hear today on my different affiliates? What is the biggest, I guess, roadblock to help, like what keeps people from understanding that they need to be a producer and not a consumer, a producer and not a creator? Like what stops people from taking on this new mindset, this new identity?
I think what's getting in the way is no one's really talking about it. So everything in the space is be a content creator. Everything is spending time and scrolling on social media. Now, the media platforms love that, right? The algorithm loves that. But what does that do for your business? It does absolutely nothing. And so this is why I tell people all the time, stop being a consumer of content and be on the other side of it and producing the content so you can be seen, heard, and paid. So it's really developing this new mindset of helping people turn on the fact of learning how to be a producer. And if you've never worked in TV, if you didn't go to journalism school, you may not think about this as, wait a second, I need to be producing this content and really treating my platform like a news organization that people go to find information, resources.
Yeah, and I have to say, you know, I'm just coming from a very dark and challenging place, and I found myself consuming a lot of content. And the more content that I was consuming, the less content I was producing. That really, you know, you may find yourself, and I don't know, I don't know if this is true for you, but you may find yourself wanting to produce content, and you may start with, well, let me get some inspiration because you don't have a sustainable system. Let me get some inspiration. Let me see what's out there, and you consume content, and then you find that you cannot produce.
Yeah.
What Roshanda is inviting you to do, and what I am saying from, you know, just coming out of a dark place of consuming a lot of content, is think like a producer, think about your audience and what they need to receive, and produce, focus on the producing versus the consuming. And I believe you're going to produce better content and be seen by those who God called you to serve.
I love how you said that. I love that. And that's so key. And, you know, we talk about visibility being power, but visibility really starts as an inside job. And when you talk about the fact that I was in a dark place, I've been there as well, right? Where things in life are just happening. And it's so easy to pick up your phone, right? And just start, I heard someone call it like this, doom scrolling. And you're just scrolling and looking at all of these things. It usually doesn't help you feel better. Because you're looking at people who are on yachts and looking at people who, oh, I made 8 figures in a day, and looking at all these things like, why is it that when you're scrolling, there's never like words of comfort or peace or a Bible scripture or sermon. Those may come up every now and then, but it's all like the luxe life, the soft life. And then you start comparing yourself to all of those things on the outside where there is no comparison. My friend Jenny Donnelly says it like this, that she says, I don't go in a space thinking about comparison anymore because I confess over my life, I don't have anything to prove, but I have all to give. And
Yes.
that's doing that inner work that I believe helps you to show up on the outside, feel healthy and whole.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, and what I was experiencing, and we'll shift, is that I was like daydreaming. I found myself going on
Mhm.
this, what was I addicted to? I can't, it was a little while ago. It was the van life. Oh my goodness. I got so into this van life and was fantasizing in a van life until I found one van life who showed like the harsh realities of van life. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to do it.
You mean living in a van?
Yes, that's a whole nother, it's a whole van life thing.
Okay, I need to interview.
It sparked the adventure in me, if I'm saying that right.
Yes,
But
yes.
it did not help me focus on the inside work that needed
Mhm.
to take place. And once I started focusing on the inside work and spending time with God and helping him restore me,
Yes.
I came out of it. So we've been talking about this content creation tour that I attended in December, and I know you have another one coming up. Tell us what it is, who it's for, what people will experience when they attend, and what are the results that your clients have achieved from attending. That's a whole
I'm
lot.
so excited about this because, man, listen, if you felt any energy from me in this interview, imagine what it's like to spend a weekend with me. So this is a weekend experience, heavy on the word experience, for CEOs, founders, speakers, coaches, and consultants. This is for the person whose team has always been asking you, we need you to create more content, Althea. We need you to show up beyond what you're doing here. We need more of this video content. So you come into this experience with your smartphone, with your laptop. We're going to give you a workbook to work through the weekend, but we're going to show you how to think like a producer. We're going to introduce you to our content visibility matrix, showing you the videos that you can create. What I love about this experience, it's very hands-on. So you can take out your smartphone, record videos right there in our beautiful created space, because we make sure to find a really great hotel and venue that's really beautiful where you can create content in. And you get an opportunity to ask me in real time, can you critique this video? Ro, can you check it out? On top of our speakers and presenters that will be there in place, one of them being our very own Althea TV, right? Teaching people how to sell in the DMs and recognizing when you're having a sales conversation. You know, people are commenting because they love your content, realizing when you're having a sales conversation. Rebecca Tozer will be there. She'll be teaching you how to turn your smartphone into a high-powered camera. And I'm really excited because we're going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, June 22nd through the 24th. And we have one of Charlotte's and growing around the nation, top influencer, Ohavia Phillips, who is the arena host for the Charlotte Hornets. I don't want to get this wrong. And she's going to be there, and she's going to be teaching about the power of influence and how to create influencer brand. On top of the swag bags, on top of all the activities we will be doing, it's going to be amazing. And you need to be there. So all the information and details at therosholive.com.
Yeah, the link is below. You know, one of the biggest benefits I received, I mean, there were so many benefits, but just let me give you some things that I received. You know, I have been doing long form video, and I've been hearing about doing short form. I've been hearing about doing short form, but as Roshanda, you shared before, it's like long form, short form, like it was just overwhelming. And I was sticking to what I knew. And Roshanda challenged me, really invited me, but challenged me to create short form and how to create short form and how to create content in 60 seconds or less. Well, I came back and we started doing short form video. because being inspired and what I learned from Roshanda, we grew from the short form videos. We grew our YouTube in the first quarter of this year, 70% of what we grew all of last year.
I love it.
Those numbers, you heard those numbers correctly. The other thing that I love is that she took us behind the scenes of what she does to create short form videos, like her actual system of creating short form videos and how she prepares for the short form videos and how she catalogs for her videos so that she knows what she's created, what she can expound on, what she hasn't. This made content creation fun. This took the overwhelm from content creation because now there was a system that was sustainable and scalable. So, that's just a few of the things that I took away from. And again, I think the biggest insight, the biggest mind shift was being a producer, that we are content producers and that we have our own affiliates, this being my YouTube affiliate. So I really hope you guys can join us. Make sure to click on the link below, sign up, enroll, make sure you're in Charlotte. It's going to be a blast.
Yes.
So Roshanda, anything you want to, as we're wrapping up, that you want to have our audience know about visibility is power, that it's an inside job, anything that you believe that they need to hear?
The creators economy is continuing to grow. It boomed in 2020 to be $100 billion industry, and it's projected to more than triple as the years go. The narrative is back in the people's hands. And when we say it's back in your hand, it's through your smartphone. The impact, influence, and income that you desire to make as a coach, speaker, consultant, CEO, and founder is on the other side of this screen. You can no longer ignore this. You can no longer try to Google this. Come to a space and place where you can finally get your hands on learning and go implement in real time and be able to sustain this well beyond the tour. We would love to see you there.
We would love to see you. We didn't even talk about, and this just came to mind, that it was because of your content that LinkedIn reached out to you.
Yeah.
Can you just tell that? We'll just wrap with this story because I want you guys to understand what Roshanda has been able to create, and she's helping her clients create with the power of our smartphone.
Yeah. Content, we use this to leverage other opportunities, right? And so I think about one of my clients, Crystal Fry, who started doing live video, and one of her, a local journalist, saw her doing live video and invited her on to be a guest on TV. So that's further eyeballs on her expertise and her business. For me, I had an opportunity to create a course for LinkedIn Learning, and that came from years of me creating content. And I kind of had to audition for it. I was recommended, but they wanted to see how comfortable I was on camera. So I shared with them a YouTube video. I didn't go and create content for them. I shared with them content I already had. And it sealed the deal. And now I'm a LinkedIn Learning professor. So we create these content pieces because it creates legacy, but also it opens up doors for other opportunities. That's why it's so important.
And that's why we really want you to be there.
Yes.
To learn from someone who's been behind the scenes, been in front of the scenes, and just has so many gifts to share. Roshanda, thank you so much for being a guest of Althea TV. Again, where can the viewers find out about the content creation tour?
Sure. So you can go to my website. That's the rosholive.com. The information will be linked below this video, and you'll have all the information there, how you can purchase tickets, and we have a special room rate for you as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So you guys know, at the end of Althea TV, I always say, this is the time that you spend with Holy Spirit. What did Holy Spirit prick in your heart that just stuck with you, that you now want to digest and fully implement in your business. Time spent with Holy Spirit is time best spent. So go ahead after this video and spend that time. Make sure to sign up for the content creation tour. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to like, comment, and share this video. We have enjoyed having you here, Roshanda.
Thank you.
This is interview 2. I'm hoping that you'll come back at another time to share more goodness with us. Thank you again for being a guest. We've enjoyed having you.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it as well, friend.
Okay, everyone. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Don't forget to visit my website at altheamcintyre.com to download your free one-call close roadmap. Until next time, take care. God bless you.